What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What's up? It is Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's Swipe Up 31, the 31st episode, where I share my favorite posts from Instagram, or at least interesting posts that I think I would like to talk about on this show. So let's get it going with craziness from Worldstar, the biggest goddamn cat I have ever seen. I'm assuming these are tigers, right? I'm assuming that's a tiger. I don't know, but it is giant. It's kind of it's so big. It's so big. It's like up to the dude's armpit. It's so big. It's just I don't know how you get a cat that large. I don't know what the mom looked like. But it looks like a CG cat from Game of Thrones that exists in the world that we live in as well. But it's like every friend that I have that like has cats and they think that their cat is so huge, even though like they're big, but they're not this. This is big. This is a big cat. Still not a fan. Would not want that cat anywhere around or near me. Moving on, though, to the Cathedral of Notre Dame, a church burned down. I mean, first off, why would God let that happen? Like, that's one of his most famous homes. I'm sure people were praying for it. But God didn't stop it from burning. I don't think it burned all the way down. But despite the billions and billions of tax-free dollars that the church has all across the world, I don't think they need the donors that are coming out of the woodwork to help donate to rebuild it. I'm sure it was a beautiful building. A lot of religious buildings are beautiful, no matter what religion you're necessarily believing in. So it's sad that a piece of architecture burned down, but let's face it, if God didn't want it to burn down, he wouldn't have let it catch on fire to begin with. So I'm pretty sure God didn't want this building around anymore. Maybe it was one too many child molestations taking place, or maybe the quota of pedophiles that work in the building was too high. I don't know the reason. I'm not one to tell you the reasoning behind God's plan, but clearly God did not want this building to exist. However, humans stopped it from burning down, and now rich people are going to donate in some good faith thing and help rebuild it, even though religious people don't need the money because they take from poor people that need hope. But yeah, just kind of a crazy photo. It is what it is. It's funny to see people that are like distraught over church burning. I mean, it's their fault. Clearly they weren't praying. They weren't praying hard enough. I don't know the tricks and trades to making prayers work, to actually communicating with God, but whoever was involved was not praying hard enough. Moving on. Let's watch some kids cry. One thing to get over a burned down church is to see a famous kid, a famous Instagram kid, just get a little bit wet and then cry. I have no sympathy for this kid. He's like famous apparently online. He's been on Ellen's show for some godforsaken reason, but he's a toddler who's famous. And the fact that he is so distraught over some water hitting him makes me happy. So let's move on past this abomination. No, I don't know. The kid's probably fine. There's something wrong with his parents that are like, let's make our kid famous and we'll make money off of him before he's even able to talk. Let's do it. Oh, Ellen's on our show. Sweet. She knows how to make kids rich. You ever heard of freaking, what's his name? The kid singer? Can't think of his name. He egged houses, right? I don't know. So moving on, let's promote some goodness, right? I'm going to promote one of my favorite shows to listen to. I look forward to it every week. Punch Up the Jam, a show where they take Miel and Demi Adijiwibe. They take popular songs and they talk about them, break them down, and then remake them, repackage it, punch them up, punch them down, punch them left, and make their. If you like the music of Weird Al Yankovic, then you will enjoy this show. If you're a fan of music, you will enjoy this podcast. But they're doing a live show Wednesday, May 22nd, live at the Regent in L.A. I believe it's in L.A. 10 a.m. Oh, tickets go on sale. Blah, blah, blah. May 22nd. Wednesday, May 22nd. Regent in downtown Los Angeles. Doors open at 7. Show at 8. Go buy tickets. If I am in a position to go to L.A., which is a few hours away, and have extra money, which I am far from having any money, I would love to go to the show. So if you're in a financial position that is better than mine and you're close or willing to go, please go for me. It's a hilarious show. They've done only a couple live shows, but it's really fun. I really enjoy it. So go check them out. Punch Up the Jam. Follow Punch Up the Jam on Instagram. And then, of course, the phenomenon. This is a meme, which I think some people thought was real, of just great editing, great timing, with the HBO screen going on in a bar, and then the first intro scene to Game of Thrones coming on, the people going crazy. But yeah, Game of Thrones, a show that I watched 4 or 5 seasons of and then kind of fell off, wasn't able to keep up with up until recently, got access to HBO again, and have not caught up. I'm not sure exactly where I left off, so I'm in kind of a weird, I'm not in heaven, I'm not in hell. I'm some kind of purgatory with this show as far as trying to find out where I was, and it's just a big investment. So I want to catch up with it, and will hopefully catch up and maybe watch the final episode when it gets released. Maybe that'll be fun. I'll talk about some episodes on here, maybe. I don't know. But a really fun clip here from Street Art Globe. Moving on to more craziness. If you're a fan of Your Mom's House, Tom Segura, you know that they've been talking some shit about somebody who's probably insane, Garth Brooks, and this is from The Fakening. Some crazy video manipulation, putting Tom Segura's face on Mr. Garth Brooks himself. Towards the end, you can see it break up a little bit when the face goes in the shadow of the bill of the hat. He kind of leans down. You'll see it pixelate a little bit. But it's so crazy how good it looks up until that point. The future is going to be crazy, people. This kind of stuff in Photoshop, see it kind of go right there? This kind of stuff in Photoshop, like Trump, I think in a lot of ways was an indication that you can kind of get away with any kind, like extreme bullshit. Like it's good enough for society if you just have decent bullshit, I guess. But yeah, so that's it. Tom Segura, Your Mom's House, craziness. Let's do some shout outs for this week's episode. Shout out to Worldstar. Shout out to Cody Antle. Shout out to Vice News. Shout out Street Art Globe. Shout out _baby_mooch. Shout out Punch Up the Jam. Shout out Game of Thrones, Tom Segura, and _fakening. Thank you all for posting amazing content and creative stuff. This show comes out daily. Subscribe on IGTV and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the show over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Inspireddisorder.com for all of my work. At Ray Taylor for me. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out!